Good morning. My name is Jessie Jagpal. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting. Today is Thursday, January 3rd, 2019. So we have a balloon pop, and then I have a really interesting story for you guys. Not too long though, on something the title has in it, Mothman. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with the balloon pop. Very simple, nothing too fancy with it. So I'm just gonna pop it with my nails, keep it simple until I come up with some more creative ways. I had a couple of suggestions, but they will take a little bit of prepping, so I'll leave those for some other day. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Happy Thursday. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 7:49 a.m. In the morning. I have my morning coffee. It's delicious. I was gonna make some chicken nuggets this morning to have with my coffee and talk about this story, but I didn't have enough time, unfortunately, so I never got to it. I had to rush to do this too, so all right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started with the story. Nothing too fancy, right? I hope you guys were able to go check out that movie that I had suggested yesterday. In regards to a bird, it was called Bird Box. I haven't had the chance, but the issue is that I don't have Netflix anymore, so I have to go get it, or figure out a way to get access to the movie if it's out on DVD, and find out. So I really want to watch that. Like, that's totally something I would love watching. Okay, so on to the story. Let me see if this needs to be fixed. I want you guys to be like not too close, but like enough to where like you can see me. Okay, so Mothman. So whatever this being was, no one knows if it was a man or human, some alien from a different universe, different planet, or just some science experiment that had gone wrong. No one is to know till date. It's very strange how stories like this don't make the media, the news. I feel like maybe people just feel like, it would actually promote their business rather than, hurt it. So I don't really know why it doesn't make the news as it should. It definitely sounds like something from like, Spider-Man or Batman. I'll give you that, okay? But it never made the news. Maybe it did in the 60s, because the story does take place in the early 1960s. So I don't know if you guys heard about this back in the day. Let me know in the comments if this was mentioned in the news during that time. I don't know if it would have been a nationwide news, or it would just be like within that state. A lot of times we don't hear about something that happens in a particular state. It becomes localized, whether it's crime or different incidences like that for whatever reason. Okay, so the Mothman, basically it was a man, just like the name entails. It's almost a person that looked like a man, except really large, maybe 6 or 7 feet tall, very buff, very big, and he looked like a moth. Not just because his facial features were, like the people weren't being rude. He legitimately looked like a moth. Like, he had the wings, and his eyes were big, very big, like bug-like, but just large in size, right? They were large in size, and a lot of people in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, between 1966 and 1967 saw this creature. And it wasn't just one encounter. Like I said, it was multiple encounters. It only happened 1 year. So this occurrence just took place for 1 year. within that time frame. So no one really knows what the creature wanted, or what he was after, but it did stir a lot of fear in the community, and no reports. I didn't find any reports. Then again, I didn't do very much thorough research. I tried to make these quick and fun, but I didn't come across crotch. I just said crotch. I didn't come across any information that stated that he had hurt anyone. Okay, so he'd never hurt anyone. But based off of the information, he used to reside in this area in Virginia that was almost like, I want to say, abandoned. I don't know if that's the right term, but there were items there and materials located within that region that were from World War II. So I don't know the specifics of what was exactly located there, but he lived in that region and no one went there. Basically, it was this area that you didn't want to go to, right? And it was only 1 year. So that's where he lived. Apparently there was a bridge in that location too. I believe that following year the bridge collapsed. Okay, the bridge collapsed, and 46 people ended up dying, and this man was not found either. Okay, so the Mothman wasn't found either. He either died with the incident or he caused the incident, but he wasn't found after that. So I don't, you don't want to jump to conclusions and say it was him, but that's when he was spotted, was around that time. Okay, to get into a little more detail, there's a really cool site that's called prairieghosts.com. You can find a lot of interesting stuff on this website, and so the title is Unexplained America Mothman, the Enigma of Point Pleasant. Okay, so it just basically, the article just goes on to state that this was one of the most strangest encounters, one of the most and strangest encounters in American history. People could not explain the incident. They didn't really know what was going on. The local officer, lieutenant of the town, was called, and he spoke with the people, but people really didn't know what to make of it. What would you do in a situation like that? No one wants to approach a creature that looks like a man-sized moth, like a man, larger than a man. So on November 15th of 1960, I believe it would have been 1966, there was a married couple that was walking, within that area, abandoned TNT plant near Point Pleasant. They were walking together and they spotted two large eyes that were attached to something that was shaped like a man, but bigger, maybe 6 or 7 feet tall, and it had big wings folded against its back. When the creature moved towards the plant door, it says the couple panicked and they ran away. Moments later, they saw the same creature on a hillside near the road. It spread its wings and rose into the air, following with their car, which by now was traveling at over 100 miles per hour. So they stated it as the bird kept right with us, meaning he was flying right next to this car. Imagine you panicking, you come across this gigantic moth-sized man with these huge eyes, wings, you just step in front of this guy and you're like, oh shit. Like, you're not gonna say oh shit, you're either gonna have a heart attack right there and then fall to the ground, or just give up and be like, just take me now. I guess this is it. Or you're gonna run the freak out of there and get into your car and drive as fast as you can, just as this couple did, right? They ran super, super fast. They drove super, super fast. And this Mothman, this is a real encounter, okay? Let me just make that clear. He flew with his wings, and just kind of followed along, not follow along, like alongside, flew alongside this vehicle that was going 100 miles per hour. True encounter. Yeah, so how creepy is that? Like, no one really knows what this person was, or, you know, just a huge Mothman. Like, that totally sounds like something out of like Spider-Man or a Batman movie, no? I mean, it's like one of the criminals, like, you know, Batman or Spider-Man is fighting off. I'm not into those movies, guys, so you can probably tell from my language. But very strange, very, very strange. Multiple encounters after that were made, but after the incident of the bridge collapsing and those 46 people dying, the Mothman was never to be seen again within Virginia. So no one encountered it. It never happened since. So we're assuming he either died, but wouldn't you find like a corpse of, or a body of some sort, you know, of this man? So who knows? It's a mystery. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday. It's the beginning of January, so set some high goals for yourselves and have an amazing day. Bye. Mwah.